Brazil, officially the Federative Republic of Brazil, is the largest country in both South America and Latin America. It has a total area of 8,515,770 square kilometers. Brasilia is its capital, and São Paulo is its largest city. Portuguese is the official and national language of Brazil. Brazilian reals is its official currency. Its 10 bordering countries are Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname and French Guiana. Human settlement in Brazil is thought to have begun at least 32,000 years ago. Before the discovery of Brazil by the Portuguese, South American Indians had been living in the region for thousands of years. On January 1, 1502, the first official tourist arrived in Brazil. The bay where they landed was named Rio de Janeiro, Bay of January. Brazil was ruled by the Portuguese for more than 300 years. And it finally attained independence from Portugal on September 7, 1822. The Portuguese established sugar plantations in Brazil during the 16th century. The Dutch invaded Brazil in 1630, which was until now under Portuguese control. By 1654, the Dutch had to leave Brazil, and once again the Portuguese had control over the land they discovered back in 1500. Brazil discovered gold for the first time in 1695 and furnished a large portion of the world's gold reserve during the 18th century. The Portuguese started colonizing Brazil in 1930. Brazil, as called by the European sailors and merchants, was also known as the land of parrots. Brazil forcibly imported African slaves in a large number. The arrival of immigrants from Asia, Europe, and the Middle East led to the miscegenation of these people from various origins. Hence, Brazil became a culturally diverse nation. Brazil was the first nation in the Americas to bring people to work by force and the last to set them free when it abolished slavery in 1888. Rio de Janeiro was Brazil's capital city until 1961. However, the country's capital was shifted from the crowded Rio de Janeiro to planned city of Brasilia. The world's largest population of Catholics, 73.6%, lives in Brazil. Feijoada is the national dish of Brazil, which is a stew of beans with beef and pork. Brazilians value family and social connections. Friendship and hospitality are some of the key traits that the local people look for among themselves. Visitors to Brazil are treated with the utmost respect and are admired. Brazilians have the reputation of being one of the most hospitable people in the world. The most popular type of music Brazilians listen to is the Brazilian funk. Almost 90% of the households in the country have TV sets, and radio is the second most popular source of entertainment and information. Brazil also has the largest number of Japanese people outside of Japan. Brazil has a high murder rate. Brazilian Carnival is an annual Brazilian festival held between the Friday afternoon, 51 days before Easter, and Ash Wednesday at noon, which marks the beginning of Lent, the 40-day period before Easter. During the festival, more than 2 million people are on the streets every day. The carnival held in Rio de Janeiro is often cited as the world's largest party. Copacabana Beach, located at the south end of the city of Rio de Janeiro, is a 4 kilometers long beach. The beach is famous for hosting a concert in 1994 that was attended by 3.5 million people. This was the largest gathering for a concert ever. By mid-2007, there were 67 tribes in Brazil who have never had contact with modern man. These semi-nomadic indigenous people have, however, made incredible strides in modern medicine. At least 180 languages are spoken in Brazil. Samba music from Brazil from the 18th century is still tremendously popular. It is a ritual in Brazil for boys to bear the pain from bullet ants before they are declared adults. Free sex change operations are provided by the Brazilian public health system. They recognize this as a constitutional right. Brazilians like to share their drinks and food with others, and they are very happy about it. Brazilians are also very optimistic about their future and always believe that tomorrow will be a better day than today. Brazil has a replica of the Statue of Liberty. Brazil also has the world's second largest black population after Nigeria. Brazil became the first South American country ever to host the Olympics in 2016. On an average, 6 million tourists visit Brazil every year. According to a report, 6.6 million tourists visited Brazil in 2016. Oscar Niemeyer designed the capital city of Brasilia. It resembles the shape of an airplane when viewed from the air. Rubber made Brazil a wealthy nation during the late 18th century. There are more species of monkeys in Brazil than in any other nation. Brazilian national anthem has two 7-verse stanzas. Both the stanzas have the same tune. Brazilian law does not permit you to sing just one stanza. You have to sing both the stanzas. Embraer, a Brazilian aircraft manufacturing company, is among the world's top 5 aircraft manufacturers. The world's highest vertical cemetery, 108 meters tall, is the Memorial Necropole Ecumenica in Santos, Brazil. Brazil is the world's second largest producer of ethanol fuel. In 1946, voting became a right and an obligation to all women. Brazilians drink 5.5 kilograms per capita per year of coffee. Brazil is the leading producer of oranges in the world, which amounts to 30% of the world's total output. The biggest African city outside Africa, Salvador, is in Brazil. Pelé is a Brazilian soccer player who is famous the world over. Brazil has won soccer's FIFA World Cup 5 times, 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994 and 2002. Paulo Coelho is a famous Brazilian lyricist and novelist. Sand dunes in Brazil can reach a height of 40 meters. Brazil's first national parks were created in the late 1930s. Silva is the most popular surname in Brazil. Brazil has a 60% share of the Amazon's rainforest. The rainforest is also known as Amazonia or the Amazon jungle. The rainforest is estimated to contain 390 billion individual trees, divided into 16,000 species. Brazil declared itself a republic on November 15, 1889. Brazil has the 10th largest railway and 3rd largest roadway network in the world. The largest number of species of mammals, plants and freshwater fish are found in Brazil. Brazil has only 3 time zones. The climate is tropical across the majority of Brazil. Brazil is also the 5th largest country by population behind China, India, US, and Indonesia. In its official language, Brazil is also called as Pindorama, meaning land of the palm trees. São Paulo is the richest and the most populated state in Brazil. It is also the largest city in South America. São Paulo is Brazil's economic and demographic heartland. Brazil has more than 4,000 airports. The Itaipu Dam in Brazil is the 2nd largest producer of hydroelectricity in the world. The name Brazil is believed to have originated from the name of the wood pau-Brazil, Brazil wood, which was the first product that the Portuguese used to their advantage commercially. Brazil can also be called as the land of contrasts. Brazil is the largest country in the world to have Portuguese as an official language. Portuguese-speaking people are also referred to as Lusophones. Brazil is one of the 17 megadiverse countries. Brazil's economy depended mainly on these items. Brazil wood, during first few years of colonization, sugarcane, 16th and 17th century, gold and diamond, 18th century, and coffee, 19th and early 20th century. Brazil became energy independent in 2006. The Pantanal is the largest tropical wetland in the world, encompassing over 70,000 square miles. Although some part of this region is also shared by the neighboring Paraguay and Bolivia, the majority of it lies in Brazil. The region also has the highest concentration of wildlife on the continent. The Guandu River in Rio de Janeiro supplies water to 9 million people in Greater Rio de Janeiro. 4,600 miles of Brazil's coastline lie on the Atlantic Ocean. Brazil borders every South American nation except Ecuador and Chile. Pico da Neblina, in Amazonas, is the highest point in Brazil at 2,994 meters. Brazil has 21 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, cultural 14 and natural 7. Brazil contains 1/3 of Latin America's population. It is also among the world's major economies. Brazil covers 47.3% of the area of South America. The Mantaro River in southwestern Peru is the source of the mighty Amazon River. The world's longest river flows through Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and Venezuela. The country has been the world's largest exporter of coffee for 150 years. In areas around Brazil and Argentina, the Earth's magnetic field has been found to be weakening, specifically for the last 180 years. An island in Brazil called Snake Island has up to 5 snakes per square meter. Civilians are not allowed to visit the island. It occupies the 9th spot on the list of the most billionaires in the world. In Laguna, dolphins help fishermen catch fish. Indoor tanning for anyone of any age was banned in 2003 in Brazil, making it the first country to impose such a ban. The only national football team to have never lost to Brazil is Norway. A single cashew tree in natal Brazil covers an area of 7,500 meters, thanks to a rare genetic mutation. Brazil exported more than 500,000 handguns to the US in 2010, making it the largest exporter of guns during that period. When Pelé and Garrincha played together, Brazil never lost a game of soccer. In every city in Brazil, there is at least one soccer stadium. It is the world's largest market for crack cocaine. In the 1980s, Brazil became the first South American country to accept women in its armed forces. Sugarcane liquor mixed with ice, sugar and crushed lime slices make the Brazilian national drink. Brazil's first printing press was set up in 1808. The Brazilian Football Confederation was founded in 1914. At 86.4%, Brazil has the lowest literacy rate of all South American countries. Corcovado is a mountain in central Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It is known worldwide for the 38-meter statue of Jesus atop its peak, entitled Cristo Redentor or Christ the Redeemer. São Vicente, the country's oldest city, is the birthplace of footballer Robinho. The city was also Portugal's first permanent settlement in the Americas. There is a group of people in Brazil called the Bororo who all have the same blood type. The country has a city called Não Me Toque. It literally means don't touch me. Outdoor advertising has been banned in Sao Paulo since 2006. The largest free rock concert ever had 4.2 million attendees. It was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and featured a performance by Rod Stewart. The largest stock exchange in Latin America is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Smoking in public is restricted in Brazil, and one could be fined for the offense as well. Gambling in Brazil is prohibited due to the fact that the government is not able to monitor the winning made in such games. However, online gambling is permitted because the internet is not regulated by the Brazilian territory. Professional hunting since 1967 is banned in Brazil. However, hunting is permitted in certain cases, including that done for subsistence. E-cigarettes are banned in Brazil since 2009 on the basis of lack of scientific data that it is safe for health. Use of cell phones in banks is prohibited in Brazil in the interest of its users to prevent robbery and theft.